The Town Council adopted a Climate Action and Response Plan in 2021 and provided nearly $500,000 in funding for the fiscal year 22 budget. Chapel Hill was one of 95 cities across the globe to score an A on the CDP index that evaluates leadership on climate change. To score an A, a city must have a citywide emissions inventory and publicly disclose it, publish a climate action plan, set an emissions reduction target, and establish a renewable energy target for the future. Using federal funding, Chapel Hill Transit took delivery of 3 electric buses and secured funding for an additional 7 more. The town also increased its electric charging facilities by adding charging stations at Town Hall and the Eubanks Park and Ride lot. The town has partnered with Grubb Properties to create an innovation district along East Rosemary Street with wet lab space and office facilities for new research-based startups. They've also added additional parking in the form of a new garage and 2 new public green spaces in our downtown. The partnership represents an overall investment of $80 million and promises to bring hundreds of new jobs into downtown. UNC Chapel Hill and town leaders announced a new university partnership with startup co-working pioneer BioLabs as one of the first steps for the Innovation Hub. The town and university are also collaborating on Downtown Together, a new initiative to reinvigorate downtown Chapel Hill through improved connections and enhanced infrastructure. Assisting businesses as they recover from the pandemic is vitally important to the town. The Revive Plan was drafted by a task force of community leaders to provide a comprehensive economic recovery strategy for Chapel Hill, with a focus on critical short-term action steps. One of those action steps is underway with the launch of the Revive Recovery Grants Program for entrepreneurs and small businesses. In June, the Town Council voted to appropriate $200,000 to award grants of between $1,000 and $5,000 to support new entrepreneurs, existing startups, and local small businesses. The American Rescue Plan Act was passed into law in March of 2021 to help towns and cities recover from the pandemic. The town of Chapel Hill will receive a total of $10.6 million, and the town is currently seeking input from the public on how to spend the funding. The town of Chapel Hill is recognized for having a high-achieving affordable housing program, as evidenced by the town receiving the state's highest award, the Housing North Carolina Award, for its role in creating the Greenfield Project. In this year alone, the town provided 535 households with emergency rental and utility assistance, allocated $6.3 million for affordable housing strategies, and the Town Council approved 198 new affordable housing units. The council also approved an affordable housing development on town-owned land at 2200 Homestead Road. The project will include about 120 affordable homes that serve a range of household incomes, including those earning less than $18,000 a year. The site plan also includes a variety of community amenities, including a multi-use greenway path, walking trails, a basketball court, and a community garden. And CASA has broken ground on their newest community in Orange County, which will be named Perry Place, in memory of Northside leader and activist Velma Perry. Perry Place will provide safe, affordable, permanent apartments to 48 households. Despite driver shortages, Chapel Hill Transit has brought back all routes that were stopped during the pandemic. Services have been adjusted on a week-to-week basis to manage critical transportation needs with the drivers that are available. We know that the safety of passengers and drivers is critical to regain trust and confidence in public transportation. And that's why Transit installed UV cleaning systems and operator safety barriers on all transit vehicles. Chapel Hill Transit completed 10 shelter replacements and installed 25 new solar-powered real-time signs with a focus on serving customers with limited English proficiency and those without access to the internet. A long-awaited road infrastructure project is nearing completion. Once complete, the Elliott Road extension will offer an easier way for residents along Ephesus Church Road to get to Fordham Boulevard heading south. Elliott Road extension will also include wide sidewalks and bike lanes that connect to the Booker Creek Greenway and the larger Blue Hill multimodal network. Addressing traffic is a priority throughout the rest of town as well. Town of Chapel Hill staff, along with community leaders from the Jackson Center and Empowerment, are hosting community meetings to hear from neighbors about safety concerns on North Side neighborhood streets. The town is also testing multiple approaches to relieving automobile traffic through multimodal infrastructure pilot projects. Highlights of these projects include the installation of the first temporary in-road street path on Honeysuckle Road and Booker Creek Road, linking the trails at Cedar Falls Park to the Booker Creek Greenway, and collaborating with UNC on a new bike share effort, including the moving of the bike share hub to West Franklin Street. The hub is located in downtown to test ridership and to inform future shared mobility options in Chapel Hill. The town is also exploring additional hubs with UNC throughout town. The Chapel Hill Public Library and Parks and Recreation adapted to COVID-19 conditions and were able to bring back many of our residents' favorite recreation events and festival activities. Festival was brought back with a twist this year. 3 outdoor arts markets safely featured a variety of artisans and interactive art experiences like music, dance, poetry, puppets, and more. And fireworks were once again on display at Southern Community Park to celebrate July 4th. Several new community events and festivals were added this year, including the Tracks Music Series at University Place and the first ever Juneteenth celebration. The towns of Chapel Hill and Carrboro proclaimed the observance and commemoration of Juneteenth on June 19, 2020 by making the day a holiday for municipal services and encouraging residents and employers to recognize the holiday through events and gatherings. The Thanks Plus Giving Food Truck Rodeo and Nonprofit Showcase rounded up dozens of food trucks and local charities for an afternoon of interactive fun and tasty cuisine. A new mural was added at 111 South Merritt Mill Road to honor Black civic leaders from Chapel Hill and Carrboro. Painted by artist Kiera Sanders, the African American Trailblazers mural celebrates 12 African American pioneers who were vital to Chapel Hill and Carrboro's history. The Art Plus Transit project includes art for the ceilings of Chapel Hill transit buses, as well as exterior wraps created during the pandemic to honor inclusivity and diversity. And planning is underway for tennis court renovations at Cedar Falls and Hargraves Parks that will help provide safe spaces for gathering and activity. The town's COVID response relied heavily on the town council's language access plan to communicate with our residents, and it was recognized and used as a best practice in a recent report from the Migration Policy Institute. During the pandemic, 46 virtual engagement meetings were facilitated and 12 public meetings included interpretation services in languages other than English. COVID outreach also included distributing 12,000 masks to vulnerable populations and the broader community and 8,500 boxes of food during food distribution events. The town's Human Services program supports 39 nonprofit agencies providing vital community services. Because of how important this funding source is, the town is working with other Orange County municipalities to conduct a racial equity assessment of the Human Services funding program using the new One Orange racial equity tool. The People's Academy was moved online last year and graduated 39 residents for a total of over 100 residents graduated during the last 3 years. Approximately 10% of the diverse graduates have applied to be on a board or commission. This year was a record year for development applications with over 30 proposals under review. While considering the proposals, Council continued to set policy to preserve the historic character of Chapel Hill while embracing the future needs of our community. The Chapel Hill Town Council has adopted changes to the town ordinances to better address short-term rentals within town limits. Dedicated short-term rentals will not be permitted by residential zoning districts. However, they will be permitted in mixed-use and commercial zoning districts. owner-occupied STRs can operate in neighborhoods if they meet certain criteria. The town continues to provide pandemic-related services to our residents, including housing assistance, food distribution, and PPE. Despite staffing shortages, the town continues to provide immediate and thorough storm response during severe thunderstorms, hurricanes, and winter weather. The final report of the Reimagining Community Safety Task Force was presented to Council in June of 2021. Implementation included adding an additional position to the town's crisis unit, increasing training on implicit bias, increasing affordable housing in town, and enhancing our diversion programs. On the building and permitting side of community safety, the Town of Chapel Hill's Building and Development Services staff received one of 3 Home Builders Association Presidential Service Awards. The award recognized several years of customer service process improvements and the launch of an online permit center software program. The town completed and implemented a compensation and classification study to ensure we remain competitive in retaining and attracting excellent employees. The town continues its efforts to diversify its workforce and increase inclusivity and equity in the workplace and throughout our community. Chapel Hill received a perfect score of 100 in the 2021 Municipal Equality Index report from the Human Rights Campaign. Cities are given points for inclusive programs and policies, such as non-discrimination laws and inclusive healthcare benefits for employees. There is much more to accomplish in the area of diversity, equity, and inclusion, and the town is committed to doing the work to get there, including the hiring of the Town of Chapel Hill's first DEI officer who reports directly to the manager's office. And the town worked with Orange County, Hillsborough, and Carrboro to create a collaborative racial equity plan, the first of its kind to combine municipalities with a unified plan. These are just a few of the many success stories from the last year. With the support and guidance of Town Council, our staff looks forward to many more successes in the future.